Hello, 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 everyone. How are you guys doing today? I hope everyone is having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful week this far. I know I have been. It seems like the days are just running together and stuff like that. And it's like, wow, really? This is what we're doing now? So, but anyway, I just hope and pray that everyone is having a really, really good week thus far. Before I get started, today is National Be a Millionaire Day. Imagine that. National Be a Millionaire Day. Like, whoop, whoop. I mean, that's kind of awesome, right? They have a day dedicated to millionaires, to be a millionaire, as a matter of fact. We also know that May is National Arthritis Awareness Month, National Mental Health Awareness Month, and Military Appreciation Month. And what that's so becoming because this weekend is Memorial Weekend, and this is when we celebrate our military. So, just just excited to be here. I just had a loss of thought just now, you guys. But anyway, welcome, 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 welcome everyone to Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. Cheers. I'm going to introduce myself to those who may not know me. I am Jovita, and I help single moms overcome the challenges that comes with being a single mom so that she can reduce stress, find time for herself, and live a life full of love and abundance. My overall mission is to empower women to live confident, authentic lives unapologetically. So I'm going to get right into it. Today's topic is another mental health 101 series that I've decided to start. And this time we're going to talk about eating disorders. So I know that's kind of strange to relate mental health and eating disorders. I can't even speak. Disorders, right? But I mean, in my research, I found that that was quite interesting. Did you know that the following eating disorders are mental health disorders? And that is anorexia, binge eating, and bulimia. Like those are some of them. I know there are probably some more eating disorders, but those are kind of the three common ones, right? But they are mental disorders. And I know when we think of mental disorders, we don't think about eating disorders. We tend to relate many mental disorders to like depression, um, bipolarism, whatever you want to call it, schizophrenia, just um, mood swings. We just define it differently, like ADHD or OCD. OCD is a mental disorder. I did not know that, but I read in my research, I found it out. We will talk about that another day. But those are just some of the things that we think of mental disorders are. But I would have never guessed that eating disorders were considered a mental disorder. Um, it's interesting because we don't, and I don't know about you guys, because you may know a lot about it, but I don't know a lot about mental disorders. So me, in doing this research, I have learned a lot, and it's quite interesting that eating disorders are, a mental disorder or could lead to it. So, at any rate, if, with these eating disorders, they're very serious. And I know sometimes we don't take them as serious when we hear about them, but they are serious, and they could lead to major serious health issues. Like your liver could go bad, your kidneys could go bad, your intestines could go bad, just the bladder, just all of your internal organs could just go really, really bad. You get muscle weakness, all of that. So it has major health issues with these eating disorders. So as single moms and just as parents in general, I believe that we have to be able to recognize the signs, and even not so much for parents, but just for anyone who's dealing with kids or just dealing with people in general. We need to be able to recognize the signs of an eating disorder, and keep in mind that these signs could be similar to some other health condition. So you really, really have to be careful and do an assessment. Then that's why it's important to get your mental health checked up. You get your physical health check out. Just get that. It's important to add that to your your yearly physical routine. It's important. And if you aren't doing it, I say start doing it today. The next time you go for your yearly or your annual physical, make sure you get your mental health check as well, because it's important. It could lead. But anyway, back to the eating disorder. So let me give you a little bit of background on the three that I mentioned. So binge eating, catch this though. Binge eating is like an eating disorder. I'm just like so amazed and still so shocked about it. But binge eating is basically eating out of control, especially when you're not hungry. You ever experience like just eating for no reason at all, even because the food is there, but you're just eating, just to eat? I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, well, that person could be depressed, they'll be going through something, but it could just be a little bit deeper than that, and they could have an eating disorder. So you have to pay attention to things like that. Also, people who suffer from bulimia, they eat, but then they actually force themselves to vomit or use laxatives to just get rid of the food. And I mean, sometimes it sounds like a good thing um, when you're trying to lose weight, but if you're doing it excessively, I mean, you have to pay attention to things like that because it's important. You know, it's a sign. It's an eating disorder. And anorexia is they eat very little or not at all. They skip meals. They just do all of that. So those are the three eating disorders that we kind of know about. And for me, I give you a personal testimony. For me, I did not know that binge eating was an eating disorder. I did not know that at all, let alone I didn't even know that eating disorders were a type of mental disorder. I didn't know that either. But anyway, so because sometimes I do binge eat, but does that mean I have an eating disorder? I don't think so. I'm pretty sure I don't. I just probably was just eating just because it was there, right? But what if, that I started doing that, excessively? It could lead to serious health conditions. So we have to be able to recognize the signs, because all three of these eating disorders can be treated. It can be treated if it's caught early enough. And so it can avoid all kind of other medical issues. So here are some symptoms of people who have eating disorders. And like I said before, these symptoms could relate to other things that we just categorize as, like depression, anxiety, low self-esteem. We put it in that category, but we're not watching. So let me go ahead and get into that. Some of the things are overly concerned about their weight. Now, there are a lot of people who are overly concerned about their weight. There are, but to do it to like a higher degree, you need to pay attention to that. If they're constantly excessive about their weight, not just every once in a blue moon, like, dang, I need to lose some weight. But if they're excessively talking about their weight, you might want to watch. And, just pay attention. They're not comfortable eating around others. I've never really paid attention to anyone who wasn't comfortable eating around other folks, but you have to be mindful and watch that, because sometimes being uncomfortable, they can just like, no, I just don't want anything to eat, or I'll take mine to go. Just be mindful of the little things. It's just little subtle things that we just don't pay attention to that someone could be going through. Skipping meals. Now, I know a lot of us skip meals, right? If you're counting your meals, you got to have your 3 square meals a day with 2 snacks in the middle, and you end up skipping. I mean, no harm, no foul, right? But we have to be mindful and watch that, especially in kids, because this is where they learn a lot of things, and they have a lot of peer pressure. They got just a lot going on them. So we as parents, we just have to just we must be able to recognize some of these signs. Mood swings are a symptom of it. Stomach cramps, fainting, dental problems. I didn't know that, but dental problems such as cavities or teeth discoloration, that could be some sign of an eating disorder. These are just the little things that we need to pay attention to, you guys. And of course, depression, that falls in line with it as well. But we just have to be mindful, very mindful of just the little things that could be leading to stuff, because we never know who is suffering from what. Because a lot of folks suffer in silence, and we don't talk enough. And we have to be able to go back to the days where you sat at your kitchen table, you had dinner together, and you had these conversations. These are the hard and tough conversations that we don't want to have with our families, but these are the conversations that we need to have. There are a lot of conversations we need to have. And speaking about mental health and mental disorders, this is like, it's a big thing because we don't know much about it. And we don't know what we don't know. And we don't want, some of us don't want to know about it. And we are suffering. Our folks are suffering. Our kids are suffering. Our parents are suffering. We're all suffering. And we don't know the thing that's causing them to suffer. And we're not getting checked. So that's why I keep telling you guys it's important not only to get your physical health checked out, but also get your mental health checked out. Those were just a few of the symptoms. I'm pretty sure there are many other symptoms that people with eating disorders have, but we just have to pay attention because a lot of them could be masked as other health conditions, and there really aren't other health conditions. But until we talk to somebody, of course, seek medical advice from your medical professional, because I am not that. But I just know that I just did the research, and these are some of the things that I found. So you just got to pay close attention to your loved ones. I came on here tonight just to say to all of you guys, just to make us more aware of what's going on. And being that it's Mental Health Awareness Month, why not choose a topic such as this? All right. So I thank you guys for joining me tonight on Wind Down Wednesdays with Jovita. I would like for everyone, if you have any issues, challenges, and need any help with anything, feel free to contact me at www.chatwithjovita.info. Schedule an appointment. I have like a pre-questionnaire on there. Don't be afraid of it. Just answer the questions because it kind of helps me see where you are and see how I can help you and see how we can help each other. So I thank you guys. And also don't forget the virtual book club is about to get started. So if you would like to be a part of that, I will definitely put the link into the chat. I'll put the link into the chat. So you guys can just click on there and sign up for the virtual book club. Again, thank you for joining me tonight on Wind Down Wednesdays with your girl Jovita. Have a good evening. Bye.